Find all zeros of x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1. Enter the zeros separated by commas using exact values, not decimal approximations. So to find the zeros of a cubic polynomial, we need to have some initial zeros to factor out. There's a theorem that will tell us how to come up with possibilities, but that takes a while to get through. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to graph our polynomial function. So I'll get out my calculator, and under y equals, I will put the polynomial that I'm working with. So x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1. And when I graph this, I'm going to use the standard viewing window, so I'm going to hit zoom 6, which gives me the standard viewing window, and now I can see probably I have a 0 at -1, it looks like. So I'm not certain of that, but it's a good guess, I think. Now, what I'm going to do is try and factor out that value -1. And my coefficients are 1, 1, 1, and 1. Now I'm using synthetic division. Bring the 1 down, so that's 1. 1 times -1 is -1. So these add up to 0. That's 0. This is 1. And -1 there, and that adds up to 0 again. Now, this is a constant term. This value is multiplied by x, and this value is multiplied by x squared. So that gives me a quadratic, which looks like x squared plus 1. And after I factor out the 0 of -1, this is the resulting quadratic. So the remaining zeros come from the zeros of this quadratic. Because currently what my polynomial looks like is f of x equals the factor x plus 1 times the quadratic x squared plus 1. So the remaining zeros of f of x come from the zeros of this quadratic. Since there's no linear term, I'll just move the 1 to the other side and take the square root of both sides. And the square root of -1 is, of course, I. So there's my remaining zeros. So all of my zeros here are -1 and plus or minus I.